I think also in a world of Amazon, where everything is fast and everything is easy and everything is quick, you don't always remember that Amazon started in a garage, that how long has it taken to grow to what it is.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm so happy to have two incredible guests here with us today who have made appearances on past podcast episodes and have been part of our Academy VIP program, just such bright lights, and have also navigated some big changes this year. So we're going to have a little bit of like real talk, raw talk. We're going to get into the weeds a little bit. So first off, Toni, Dolinka, Anita, Westlake, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy you're both here today.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. A little backstory. Both of these incredible leaders were really leading pretty large teams with Color Street over the last, gosh, I don't even know, years and years.
7.5. Yeah, almost
Yep,
8.
7 years.
Oh my gosh, 7 years. And many have heard Color Street made some big changes that impacted comp plan specifically for leaders. So without getting into pulling out paychecks and comparing numbers here, you both were really deeply impacted by the changes that were made. And it also changed the way that you would move forward in supporting your team and the people that were part of your team as leaders. And navigating change is not easy. We've talked about change here on the podcast a lot. It definitely has been a common thread in Academy VIP in 2025. So I love that you're willing to show up here and share a little bit about how you've navigated that change. And I think no matter what direction or how you decide to continue your direct sales journey, it takes guts to navigate change, to stick with it, to find something new, which we're going to get into as well. But why don't you both just, at a very high level, just walk us through what things were like when you heard about these comp plan changes and how that was going to impact you. And then also just how you navigated that decision forward on what was next for you and what your day-to-day looked like in your business. Toni, you want to start?
Sure. I grieved majorly the loss of a family. It was the loss of a paycheck, but also the loss of a family that I spent 7 years building. So it was lots of tears, lots of sitting in the salon, crying to my hairdresser, all the things.
It's always with the hairdresser. She knows
Really
more about my
was.
life.
Kira,
Therapist.
and I really didn't see a path forward.
Yeah.
What comes next after your dream job? And direct sales truly was a life-changing thing for me and my family. There were thoughts of, I made it through my kids' entire elementary school career, being able to work from home and be home for them. And maybe now's the time to go back to work full time. What a blessing to have had what I have had. I really did think that was going to be it for me in direct sales and that I was going to have to go back 9 to 5. And Anita and I were both super, super blessed with this opportunity for a pioneer role in a new company. I knew what was out there and nothing fit my checklist for what I wanted to
Toni
do.
had a checklist. She sent it to me.
And I did. I went through the checklist with her. She was like, what about this? I'm like, nope, doesn't check that box. And this company, call it fate, call it serendipity, call it whatever it was, timing, it all fit. So I was very blessed with being given an option and an opportunity to not have to go back to work or do all the other things that I was like, what am I going to do next? So
yeah. And it's a journey, and I love and I hate that you use the word grieving, because I remember moving from one company, which didn't close their doors, didn't change their comp plan. Like there wasn't major drama happening there, but it was a decision to move forward in a different company. And I remember one of my mentors told me, like, it's okay. Like you need to take that time to grieve and process, because it is, like you said, like a family. It's something you've built. It's like your baby. It's your first baby that you've built up, and moving on to something new is emotional. I feel you on that. Yeah. Yeah. Anita, what about you? I know you've navigated this journey as well and maybe looked at things a little bit different, but also the same. So tell us what it's been like for you.
Yeah, and what Toni said, the grieving process is a real thing. It
Yeah.
was hard. Lots of big, ugly, sobbing tears, a lot of fear. Direct sales, my full-time business. I'm the only one that's responsible for my mortgage and my utilities, and I don't have anyone else to lean on but me. The fear of being alone was really tough. And again, not only financially was the fear, the grief was the team because
Yeah.
we just have, I was almost May is 18 year, would have been 18 or 18, 8 years in May. And we really did a lot together. But I knew a 9 to 5 job. So I didn't know what I was going to do. And a 9 to 5 job with the glass ceiling, it wasn't going to bring in the income that I was earning in the direct sales industry. There's that glass ceiling that will hold me down. And again, I have dogs to feed, bills to pay. So I didn't see myself moving into another direct sales company either because there was nothing out there that I really enjoyed, but I did have to make the decision that I'm going to have to dig into something and build hard and look at my future growth. It's what am I going to do right now that future Anita is going to thank me for? And
Yeah.
so we were really lucky for this opportunity.
Okay, so fast forward, we'll get past it, and we're not past it, but we're gonna keep the conversation moving forward on what's ahead and what you both are up to. So you both are really leading the launch efforts at ABBI, and that's so exciting to be part of like startup mode and new, but we also know that it's not all sunshine and rainbows, especially in those early days. And we've had founders of direct sales companies that have come in the podcast and talked about starting their business on their pool table or in their shed or in their basement or organizing product in a dresser in their kid's bedroom. Like, I know that it's a little bit less glamorous than maybe it sounds, but tell us first off just a little bit about ABBI. What are the products and how did this opportunity land in your lap and just come your direction at just the right time?
Well, we actually found Abby through a friend and former business partner who heard about it through her connection with Miss America. Just what the networking, you just have to love networking and be thankful for that. And Abby it's a personalized skincare brand. It's backed by innovative technology, European beauty standards, plus our own beauty standards, Toni. And then we go beyond clean and we've created our own blacklist of ingredients that we avoid in our products. And our products are giving amazing results.
That is pretty incredible. Toni, anything you'd add just about maybe dive in a little bit more to how innovative these products are? Can you go to the website, add it to the cart, talk a little bit about the customization and the personalization process?
Yeah, Becky knows one of my one of my no's was skincare. That was a hard. I didn't know what to use for myself, so how could I tell somebody else what to put on their skin? But with Abby, there is a digital skin analysis that creates a truly custom product for each individual. There's 120,000 combinations that are possible, and it literally comes in a bottle with your name on it. So it's not me saying, Becky, you need to be using this product. It's
Yeah.
the technology saying, I'm going to create a product for Becky in a lab in France. So it is innovative. It's not something you can just go to the store and buy. It's really pretty remarkable. And there is a global patent on the process to do an AI skin analysis and create a custom product. So if anything else is going to create a custom product, it can't use the technology to create it. And if anything is going to do the technology, it'll just be like, here, pick item A. It won't create a custom product for you. So it really is a game-changing business. And that was a big thing for me.
Yeah. so cool. I love the innovation piece of it and how unique and different it is. So yes, it is skincare, but it's like a whole different ball game when it comes to skincare. And I think this theme around personalization is definitely a consumer trend that is up and coming. I think in one of my earliest episodes of 2025, we talked about some predictions for the year. And part of that was personalization and what customers are expecting. They're expecting for a company to know, hey, you bought this before, so you might want to buy this now, or you're probably running out of this. And this is something that I think you would like based on how you've shopped in the past. And this is next leveling it in terms of the actual process. So definitely on trend in what consumers are looking for and how they like to shop. And I've always used direct sales as an example of how we can leverage personalization because we know people's names, we know their kids' names, we know what they do for fun, we know a little bit about their lifestyle because we're able to do that one-on-one. But you guys are taking that really down to the product level, which I think is pretty spectacular. I'd love to hear if you guys are open for it. Let's talk startup mode because I know there's some like good and excitement, but there might be a little bad and ugly mixed in there too. Just in terms of anything new, there's hiccups, there's change, there's figuring things out, there's doing things one way and then realizing, oh, that didn't really work. We're going to flip flop and we're going to go a different direction now. So just being on that little bit of a roller coaster of startup mode, what's that been like for you both?
Anita, do you want to go or do you want me to?
I'll go first. So it has been rewarding. It's just what an honor to be part of this. And we've had the chance to contribute to nearly every aspect of the business: compensation, incentives, policies, tech and marketing. And it's a wild ride. Not gonna lie, it's a wild ride, but we get to collaborate together. And it's being a part of a global company also. Our corporate staff is spread in all time zones across the world. And so we often wake up to updates and jump into our alignment meetings. We have them almost daily right now, right? As we move things forward. And it's fast paced, messy sometimes, but it is worth it, and the growth and seeing the aha moments for people and for corporate and for them to see what we can bring together in real time is rewarding.
That's pretty cool. Toni, anything
Yeah.
you'd add to that? Yeah.
Just to piggyback off what Anita said, to truly be able to be the voice of the field and the voice of our team and be heard and valued is something I was missing and so beyond grateful that we found. But there are times where it's messy and where you have to look back and say, okay, that tack didn't work. Let's fix that and move forward, or things like that. You are behind the scenes, so you are seeing all the things. And the owner of the company has said it's when you're doing hard things that you discover who people are and who you're working with. And we are super blessed with our team that even through those difficult moments, we've come together and worked together and listened to each other and heard each other to move forward. So
That's awesome.
a lot of excitement and a lot of, good, bad, ugly.
An important thing to remember too, when you're in this process or when you're in any direct sales business, our goal is always moving. And so you may feel like you're never getting to your goal, but it's really important to measure your success, measure your progress from where you started. And it takes time. There are times when we need to take a step back and think, but where did we start from? This keeps moving because, of course, we keep wanting more and better, right? But we need to remember where we started with, oh my gosh, let's take this into direct sales. That's where we started. It really is. So we've come a long way, but this keeps moving. And so we want to get there faster, but we need to remember where we begin. And anyone needs to remember that in their business.
I think also in a world of Amazon, right, where everything is fast and everything is easy and everything is quick, you don't always remember that Amazon started in a garage. That how long has it taken to grow to what it is? And so to have the expectations to start where Amazon is now is not a valid expectation. So Anita's, where did we start? Where are we now? And the incredible growth that we've seen in literally just 2 months.
Yeah.
Is amazing.
You guys are
Yeah,
just
we're not
newborn babies.
And when we say growth, it's not necessarily like team size but it started with 9 and then we've just moved forward from that. But growth as in just processes put in place, technology, just figuring out the systems and stuff. We're a company from France. So there's some logistics there
Yeah.
we work through.
Our legal guy likes to call us a baby panda.
Came from, but it is so amazing with the accent too.
I think we've all had those moments that we feel a little bit like a baby panda. Just, yeah. But I think as an achiever, like you said, you're always setting the bar higher. And especially when you're in startup mode and you're in this like rapid growth, momentum building process, it's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day craziness and not, like you said, take a step back and be like, wow, okay, we've done a lot in 2 short months. I had a moment like that recently, even just in a conversation with Jeremy. We've been building the modern direct seller business for years now, and we have things pretty dialed in and things are flowing. And then we've launched Oh My High, which we've had in the background for a while, but we've really put a lot of effort into it this year. And we did a workshop the other day, and we had a great conversion rate. It was still like 30%, but he went to his mastermind and mentioned to them, like, oh, yeah, we had a handful of people that got started. And we had 300 people register. We had 80 people show up. We had 30 people. He kind of went through the numbers and they were like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. And he was like, yeah, like it's, but you forget when you're in it, or if you've done it before and now you're doing it again, that you're like, oh yeah, like it's going to take time and it's going to take failing and it's going to feel messy and it's going to feel a little crazy in the day to day. But ultimately, like one step forward each and every day. And before you know it, you're going to be little toddler pandas running around. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, tell me what you're most excited about with ABBI. Tell me like what the excitement factor is right now for you. What's keeping you going even on the hard days?
Toni, go ahead.
The vision of what this can be and what this can be for my new team, right? Grieving the loss of a family and building a new one that we're talking about conferences. We're talking so the vision for what we can build here, and I have so much faith that it could be bigger and better than anything we've ever even dreamed of before. That it's really exciting that we're truly building something from the ground up, and the vision of what it can be is definitely keeping me going every day.
That's awesome. So good. Anita, what about for you?
And I went with hands down the product.
Yeah.
I'm so obsessed with this product. So I was like, skincare, yes, I'm in. I love skincare. It's just what I've done in the past, and and this has been, but it's so much different than what I've done in the past. And I genuinely look forward to waking up in the morning and looking in the mirror and oh, look, it feels good. It feels so fresh. I'm like, oh, I don't look like dry and haggard and feeling so much more vibrant and alive. And it's part of the Beacon Abbey, right? The well-being on how it makes you feel. And we're really definitely, that's very important to Joanna, the co-founder of ABBI. And what I love is seeing our team, our customers really get that experience too. Like they take that very first selfie and no makeup, and it's very humbling. And I haven't sat and looked in the mirror, looked at my skin, looked in my eyes, and looked at me really to take that time to analyze that. But then as they see their changes, because they are all seeing changes, it really instills confidence in them. And it's fun to see them come alive too and get out from behind filters and behind a lot of thick makeup if that's what they want to leave behind, but you can. And I'm excited about the product aspect of it, but of course, the technology and just watching our company grow.
Yeah.
Anita is our resident expert on skincare and beauty, and
Yeah.
she has been so uplifting to the members of the community as she points out, oh, look, this is so much brighter and this is so much, really, when she says those kinds of things to the community, they're like, oh, that does make me feel better. And it really is
Yeah.
such a wonderful gift that she is giving them when she can point out the different products and how they're working and their benefits and things like that. And like she said, I have finally started posting filter-free pictures of myself. The dark circles under my eyes.
Yeah.
You're right. It is
Oh,
it really is a wonderful feeling to feel like the person that you're seeing in the pictures is the person that you want to see.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So good.
we live, I'm sorry, we just live in such a world, right? With social media, with Zooms and everything. And then when you feel like you have to hide, that's not fun either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love seeing your changes too. I love seeing our filter-free Toni.
So fun. So fun. You guys tell me, I feel like when you're starting something new, it also gives you an opportunity to reevaluate some things or maybe some sales strategies that used to work at your previous company are like not fully working over here. And also the opportunity to experiment with a new way to go to market and a new way to really approach your business. So I'd love to hear just where you're focusing your efforts, especially during these early stages, to build up that personal brand and build up that clientele and build up the team and all the things that you're working on. So anything maybe that you're doing different or that you're really like laser focused on right now as you're getting going?
I have been so focused on launching the business that haven't really truly leaned into my customers, which is a problem and something that I need to start working on. But I have been having fun with events. That's
Okay.
something I am really leaning into. There's this super cool mirror that you can get. You don't have to. It works on a phone, works on an iPad, but an opportunity when you join, if you choose to, is you can get this AI mirror, and it creates this whole experience for the shopper that's really fun. So events have been fun for me, and making those connections and talking to people about truly custom skincare that's not as easy for me to portray online as it is in person.
Yeah.
So I've been leaning into events as much as I can, but I definitely have to learn some new techniques for online. I was all about the VIP group with my old business. And do I lean into that again? Do I not? These are questions that I still haven't answered after 2 months.
Yeah.
So good
Well,
question.
and I think while your business is changing, also like social platforms have changed over the years and all of that kind of feeds into it also. I love that kind of leading into leveraging in person and events, knowing that you have this mirror, which is quite the draw and people are wanting to check that out. What about you, Anita? Anything that is really kind of where your focus is right now?
And I have to say, like, Toni has put her heart and soul into the startup of this. We all have had our different roles in the process, and Toni has just definitely been our spreadsheet girl, our tracking things that, oh, we want to work on this, or where do we stand? And so Toni's been like the operations behind all of this. And I want to focus on just the big picture looking forward is simplicity. I really want everything just to be duplicatable, results oriented and easy to follow. My focus has always been being a servant leader and finding solutions, and that hasn't changed at all. But I want to empower our ambassadors and our influencers with tools and confidence to run their business in a way that feels aligned for them. And Toni was, I think, was the first one to really get out there and do an event, and she jumped in and trained people, and this is going to work and this is going to work. And skincare is definitely a different product to sell than what we are used to. It's not an impulsive purchase. And I think leaning into TikTok a little bit more might be what we really need, because I do feel like our TikTok people are like, fine. Other times it's, I need to think about it. And then that's when you want to really lean in and get curious with your customers on what they're using. Are they seeing results? Are you
Mm-hmm.
wake up feeling like, do you wake up and want to look in the mirror? Who does that? I do now. I'm not
I
like,
think
ew, ew. I'm like, whoa, it's just so hard.
And I think that's a big thing that we need to teach our teams too, is that it's a completely different product. It's a monthly consumable product. And
Yeah.
I think that leaning into truly supporting the customers you have so they can continue to come back over and over again. Our auto ship program is supposed to launch next month. Loving on our customers in a very different way, because we're not going to be reaching out to them and saying, hey, this thing is launching. Do you want to place an order? Like that the programs we have in place are going to do a lot of that for us. So leaning into great customer service, building those relationships so that when their auto ship is up, they don't even hesitate to stay on that program. So
And they're
teaching our
excited. They're excited, Tony. They get to do
right.
the analysis again and see how their skin has improved and see their progress. And
I love that.
And teaching our teams that one great customer is going to be a customer every month for the entire year. That you don't have to have 150 customers that you have to reach out to over and over again to try to get them to buy, that people will continue to buy this product over and over again.
Yeah, I love that. And it may feel harder to land a new customer, right? Because it's a more premium product, it's a little higher price point than maybe they're used to, or they have to make a switch from one brand to ABBI. I think you're exactly right. Having that repeat customer base really pays off. And just to make the direct comparison, we talk a lot about average order size. Your average order size at Color Street was probably a bit smaller than what your average order size is now with ABBI. And I think that when we're talking numbers and we're thinking about how many customers do you need to have to hit that revenue goal or to hit that sales goal, it is probably a lot less than what you needed before. But again, if you can keep them happy and keep them coming back for more, you have that consumable product that just happens on repeat month after month, which feels pretty good. That feels pretty good. Yeah. So good. Okay, you guys, I feel like I could talk to you all day. So I'm going to keep us on track here. As we wrap up, I'd love to hear maybe one thing that you love from our Academy VIP group, since you've been a part of that for a while now. And then also, I want to hear what your favorite office supply is, because I ask everyone that. So let's talk Academy VIP, office supplies. And then, of course, we're going to wrap things up so everyone can find out where to connect with each of you.
I think we can both say at the same time, Tony, the friendships, collaboration. Is that not?
Yeah, the questions that you can ask and hear 10 people respond to, because we're all trying to uplift and inspire one another. Absolutely. I do also want to add, your content labs are my favorite monthly activity. Those,
fun.
like, I will drop everything to try to attend. I know I haven't been able to attend as much over the last few months with how busy we've been,
Been a little busy. It's okay.
but those content labs, man, they always I love that your program gives actionable items, things that I can actually do. There is a lot of mindset stuff, but also these are the 3 things you're going to do today to work your business.
Yeah.
And having that direction for me is super, super incredible. And coaching, like the one-on-one coaching, always we need or 2-on-1. We need to set up on the video.
Definitely. I always feel like just so grounded when I'm like, oh, there's Becky's voice. I need that today. And it just fires you up. And it does. It keeps you focused on actionable items. You said that, Toni.
Yeah. I'm excited for the content labs. I haven't shared this out yet. Maybe by the time this episode goes live, it'll be shared. But we're going to take some of what we've been doing in content labs and weave them into our social selling action plan every month. So some of the examples of TikToks and Reels and short form videos and things that you can go recreate, we're going to work into that social selling action plan. So even if you can't make it live to the content lab and you don't want to sit and watch a replay for an hour, you'll still be able to grab and go with some of that. So I'm really excited for that too.
But I encourage you to set aside the hour because it's such
But it is a good
productive
hour.
It really is. You get stuff done.
We do get it done. We get it done. I love that too. I love it. Perfect. Okay, girls, tell me favorite office supply and where we can find you. Where can we connect?
I haven't unpacked it yet, so I need to. But it's my calendar. I love a paper calendar, but it still is here buried right now. But I need that. I fight structure like a dog. I hate structure, but I need structure. And the paper
Brings you back.
Yeah, I really need to get it out.
It's time. It's time.
It's only May.
It was, yeah, I started a new one March 1st. You know what I mean.
So talking of calendars, this is a little off topic, but Becky's calendar, the ones that she sends in the VIP things at the beginning of the year, the little ones that sit on your desk.
Oh yeah, the desktop calendar.
Mine was sitting on January for months. Like I was frozen at the time of the announcement. It was announced on January 30th or 31st that we were losing our jobs or losing our roles. And time stood still. And my daughter walked in and she goes, "Mom, it's time to update the calendar." And she flipped it to April. And I was like, yeah, you're right. We need to move forward.
Move forward.
You're up, Toni.
And I feel like the April quote on the calendar was something about we can weather storms or even rainy days. There, sunshine and rainbows come. So it was something April-ish like that about seeing through the rain and past the clouds, better days ahead. And that might just sum up this entire episode.
You know, when it hits, you don't see the outside of it, but then when you get through it, just things happen.
Yeah. Ellen, I think that's a really great reminder for everyone listening, just to take that pause and take that moment to reflect just how far you've come, whether it's been through a transition from one company to another this year, or navigating a comp plan change, or just revamping your business and having a different focus, or starting on a different social platform. I say that all the time. I go back and I look at the first videos I did, the first podcast episode I did, the first everything I did was awful. And as we keep going, we get better and better, but we forget and we don't see that growth in the moment day to day. So I think that's a really great reminder of that. I think you both are incredible and doing amazing things. Tell us where we can connect with you and learn more about ABBI.
My Instagram, Facebook, and website is with the Dolinkas. Dolinkas.
Perfect. We will link to that in the show notes. What about you, Anita?
I'm Anita with ABBI.com. That's to my website. And then you can find me on Instagram too. It's Anita W and then Pioneer ABBI.
I love it. So good. Thank you guys so much. I'm really excited to continue watching your growth and ABBI's growth and all the incredible things that you have ahead of you. You got to remind yourself you're just getting started. You're still those little baby pandas and you're going to be doing big panda things before we know it. So thank you guys for being here. You're incredible. And I can't wait for everyone to hear this episode. Talk to you guys soon.
Thank you so much, Becky.
Thank you
Bye.
so much.
This episode is sponsored by CintShare. CintShare is the #1 social media scheduler for direct sellers and loved by creators in any industry. It's truly your one-stop shop for all things social. Join hundreds of thousands of social sellers and entrepreneurs who turn to CintShare for free social media training and resources. Get started today with your free 30-day trial at moderndirectseller.com/CintShare.